Hello, 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 everyone. I can't even get the hello right now. Hello, everyone. So I don't think I've been live for a minute, but uh, live for no reason. Uh, it's All-Star weekend here in Atlanta, but I'm still observing COVID protocol. So I'm in the house. Probably gonna watch the game. I know it's some of the stuff that led up, the different events and everything that was going on. I think that they were going to eliminate the dunk contest and then they brought it back. So I don't know. It's the dunk contest. Is it going on yet? Uh, I guess I just need to turn on the TV, but I got work to do first. So pretty much what I'm doing right now is I have a client. I hadn't had a client in a while. Make sure. All right. Making sure I didn't check to see if I was presentable to go live before I went live. But here I am anyway. So yeah, I had a client. I came across this client. I hadn't had a client for like web development in a while. I was on Mighty Networks, or I've used Mighty Networks in the past, and I guess they have basically a forum for all of their hosts that subscribe to Mighty Networks. And I commented a year ago on a post about the fact that they don't have single sign-on on one of their lower tier plans. And this was another post that somebody else was complaining about. So if you don't know what single sign-on is, it allows you to sign on to one site, and then it basically downloads a cookie to your site, to your computer, that basically allows you to log into another site without having to actually log in because you've already logged into that first site. So there was a lady who came on randomly. I randomly got an email where she actually replied to that post as well, and she was talking about Buddy Boss, and I was like, "Oh, Buddy Boss, yeah, we use Buddy Boss, right?" And that's what we use now for our community, for the inclusion community. It's that platform. So I'm basically a WordPress Buddy Boss expert at this point, So now I'm just going through the process of getting her site switched over to Buddy Boss as well, or fixing what the previous developers what they were working on, right? So just going through that process and everything, for the time being, just live for no reason. If you want to say something, drop it into the chat. I think I can see LinkedIn and I can't see Twitter. I can see LinkedIn and I can see Facebook and YouTube, so I can see all those chats. So yeah, so what am I doing right now though? And I know the screen is small, so if you're on a mobile device, hey, you can't see what I'm doing exactly, so you can just watch me, I guess. But I'm going to talk through it. So right now I am SSH'd into the AWS instance that I have her installation, WordPress installation installed on. And so one of the first things is that, just backing up the site, backing up your work. So I use, of course, even on WordPress, with WordPress, I use Git because we have heavily developed past the original WordPress with a lot of JavaScript and so forth. And there's also a few other just JavaScript languages also that we've built into the site, also React and so in this case though, I don't have Git on here yet. I need to add it. I haven't done any major changes yet to that. So just simply backing up the site though is important. So first I need to change the file permissions so that we can back up the site. Change the file permissions back to WordPress. And we're just going to go in. So I use the all-in-one WordPress migration plugin generally to do most of my backups now. I used to use Updraft. I don't use Updraft anymore, partly because I've tried to move the site a few times with Updraft and like moving it to a completely new installation, and it didn't work out right. So once I found out about all-in-one WordPress migration, it's like, hey, okay, this works. I like it. And then they also they work well with multi-site as well. because we use multi-site personally, and so being able to migrate a multi-site installation over is important. That it's important to the point that you don't break anything. So, all right. So let's just do a backup really quickly. Let's do a backup. And unable to export. Oh, why? Because I need to. There's a plugin that I think I turned off. With all-in-one, you need the core plugin, but then you need like the multi-site extension plugin or something like that as well. And that is active. So why can't I? Let's just do a backup then. Will it let me do a backup? Create backup. There we go. Nope. Multi-site is not the latest version. You need to update the plugin. See, I should have just read it because that literally popped up on the screen. Let's see if it's going to let me update without having the license in there. No, file not found. What? Well, that's interesting. So I can't update anything right now. So what is the other way that I can do it? I can log into the my instance on AWS and just do an image, and I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to do that on screen. So in the meantime, Buddy Boss. So we have Buddy Boss installed, but it's like the bare minimum Buddy Boss. It's not the Pro isn't on here, or it should be. Let me go back to the plugins, and like I said, I'm kind of taking over from someone else's another developer working on the site, and they couldn't. A lot of the CSS was all messed up. A lot of the styling was messed up. So I've been kind of going through this week and fixing that. And then any hardcore stuff that, hardcore JS and stuff like that, I actually just brought my other developer in because I have a company to run, right? So can't do it all. Delegate when you can. That's the point of that. Delegate when you can. Should have put some chapstick on. But anyway. So let's see here. Let's go back. Okay, so Buddy Boss is live. I thought I had Buddy Boss Pro too, because there's some additional things you can use with the Buddy Boss Pro platform. I see the platform, but I don't see the Pro. So you know what? Let's add Pro on here. Buddy Boss Pro. I already have it. Upload plugin, choose file. And if anyone who's watching this, if you have questions about WordPress and Buddy Boss, hey, I'm free to answer that. A lot of times I'm talking business and startups and stuff like that, but being the CTO or at least the technical lead of your startup is definitely something that you want to aim towards. So even if you're building stuff out with the most minimum viable platform, don't build it on Wix. But hey, if you're building it on WordPress and it works, so many APIs and plugins you can add in. Now, if you have a large database, then you may not a MySQL SQL-based database may not be the best if it's just a large amount of dynamic data that you're leveraging. But for something like a CRM or for what we're doing, which is a jobs board in a community, it works for us. So let's find my Preston. Press and let's find Buddy Boss Pro. Install it. And I guess what's interesting is I'm going to have to See, the theme shouldn't work without Pro, but the theme has been working. So I'm not sure what this other developer did, but we're going to go ahead and just add Pro in. Of course, we're going to have to get a separate license for her. And there's a new version of platform update now. And it's probably a newer version of Pro as well. All right, so we have that up and running. And I'm just going to check out the main site to make sure it didn't break anything. And I did not break anything. Awesome, awesome. Except this up here, which is just, I have debug mode running. Which there's still, that's a minor thing. So now I'm going to have to go back in and associate all the pages in BuddyBoss because they kind of took all that away, and we want to have the community element built in. So I'm going to have to do that. So let's go back and so let's go to settings. And great. Whatever just happened just now when I updated, all the extra stuff just disappeared. So I gotta see what I just did, because now the theme is there, but all of the plugins and stuff. So I mean, all of the additional components are gone now when I did an update. So maybe that wasn't the best idea. Let's see, BuddyBoss. So there's an update for Pro. So I'm going to do a little trick with that. Since we don't have Pro, let's see if it'll let me up. It's not going to let me update because I don't have a license in it. Oh, it did. Okay. Hey, that works too. Okay. I didn't think it was going to let me do that. Maybe she has a license already, and I'm not thinking right. Okay. I'm still missing, though, all of my options. Well, I'll figure that out. Oh, how did that happen? When I turned on Pro, it deactivated that platform. I shouldn't have done that. Okay. All right, so we have those options back. So I need to go into settings. I need to set the pages back up so that it renders, the short code on the pages correctly automatically. So I'm going to go in and do that. So the first one is for, let's do activity first. Let's make sure that page is set up. Let's just go to pages. Okay, so do we have activity? Okay, so we have our activity page, and then we have all of our menu items back. So that was gone. So what else? We have our forums page, because that's something that she wants. She definitely wants forums. Groups. Okay, I don't know if we're going to use the groups feature just like that yet, but okay, no documents. Shouldn't be any photos. And members. There should be some members, yes. Demo test members. Cool beans, cool beans. So we have that set up now. So if I go back to the main page and click now it shows me everything, because before it wasn't showing everything. BuddyBoss wasn't set up right. We didn't have the Pro plugin. For some reason, they probably did something in the core code to allow for the theme to work with the regular plugin, which that should not be the case. So we have that set up. So now I need to, one of the things that we're going to be doing with this particular site here is I need to build in a paywall. So I'm going to add in a membership plugin to do that. And I'm going to also integrate this with, this was initially integrated with LearnDash, but now we're going to be migrating or adding in Tutor LMS instead. And so that's a great learning management system that, to me, it looks better, it works better than LearnDash. So that'll be the next step. So let's go ahead and just get that added in now, since we're adding in plugins. Plugins, add new, and below plugin, and let's find Tutor. All right, so we have the migration tool, but we don't want that yet. We want Tutor LMS. All right, so we are installing Tutor. And once that's updated, she will be able to, she'll be able to, well, I'll be able to migrate those, the courses that she has now over into Tutor from LearnDash. And then from there, she'll be able to set up the new courses as soon as I get that going. So let's add this other plugin in really quickly as well. Did I even activate it? Let's check to see if I activated it. Activate. All right. So we have that one in. Let's add in the migration tool. And then it broke something. Tutor broke something. Yes, it did. Nope. And it's working now. Works for me. Oh no. It actually did break something. Because now that's been a critical area on your website. But what is it? What's the critical error? That's interesting. So when I activated Tutor, it broke something. So what we need to do actually is go in, and I need to make sure that functions PHP file for the child theme. My developer worked on it the other day, and I don't know if he fixed it or not. So let's see, is this live? Yes. So let's log back in. We have TP. And I'm probably just going to have to change to the parent theme to see what the issue is. Yeah. So let's rename this so that it takes away. Change the permissions back. Okay, so let's change this. All right. And hopefully that fixes this error. No, still there. Very interesting. Okay. Well, what I didn't do is reset Apache. Sometimes that help too, but let's do that. Do I have it in here? Do I have it in here? Do I have it in here? hate looking for these commands. And I don't have it in there. All right, well, that's really interesting because basically whatever I did with adding in LMS, tutor LMS, it doesn't like the site right now. Let's see, let's change to the parent theme to see what happens. Okay, oh, maybe that's it. You got to make sure everything's updated. That shouldn't have been it. Maybe it was. Oh, okay. So we didn't have tutor added in. We must have the free version of tutor. Okay. Did it add? Did it add? I don't think it added. Nope, because there's still an error. Anyway, I'll work through that, figure that out. But in the meantime, y'all have fun, be safe on Saturday, enjoy the game, the All-Star game. If you're out here in Atlanta, be safe. I stay right up the street from what is this? The Chicken and Waffle, the Chicken and Ice spot, whatever that is, off of Roswell Road. So they're packed over there. So I need to figure out what I'm gonna get to eat. Since the peoples are out of town, my family's out of town. They're in Florida right now. So I'm here working. In the meantime, y'all have a good one.